Hey everyone, Vladimir's here. If you're a technical professional stuck in a corporate and wondering whether you should make the jump, you've probably heard all the glamorous stories about equity payouts and changing the world. By the end of this video, I'm going to share the real truth about transitioning from corporate to startup, the good, the challenging, and the stuff nobody talks about in the success stories. Plus, the critical step you need to take before making the leap. I've been on both sides of the transition. I spent years as an engineer at banks and other large financial institutions. Then I made the jump and co-founded a fintech startup that grew from 2 people to 150 and eventually sold to a major financial firm. After that, I helped launch an aerospace company where we literally put satellites into orbit. I've now worked with hundreds of technical professionals making this exact transition. Some who thrived, others who struggled, and a few who went back to corporate within 6 months. The experiences could not be more different. In corporate, your career path is structured, your paycheck is predictable, and your impact is often invisible. In startups, everything changes, sometimes daily. Both paths can lead to incredible career, but they require completely different mindsets and skills. Here's what I learned. If you thrive on structure, predictable outcome, and well-defined roles, corporate might be your sweet spot. There's nothing wrong with that. Large companies build amazing things at scale. But if you're frustrated by bureaucracy, want direct impact from your work, and you're willing to trade security for ownership of your destiny, startups could be transformative. I had colleagues who stayed corporate and built incredible careers, great work-life balance, solid compensation, and meaningful work within established systems. They knew exactly what success looked like. I chose the chaotic path because I wanted to see if my work could directly move the needle on something important. But here's the key. I prepared for it strategically and not emotionally. Let me break down the real advantages I've experienced and seen. When you're at a 10-people startup, your code, your decisions, your initiatives directly affect whether the company succeeds or fails. There is no hiding behind processes or hierarchy. I remember fixing a critical bug at 2 a.m. that saved us a major client. That would never happen in a large corporation. You will wear multiple hats, whether you want it or not. As a technical person, I ended up learning sales, product management, and even some accounting. This made me a more complete professional. In corporate, it would take years to get exposure across different functions. If you perform well at a startup, promotions happen in months, not years. I went from a trash tech leader to CTO within a month at my first startup. That timeline is impossible in most corporate environments. The equity component can be life-changing if things work out. Our fintech exit provided returns that would have taken decades to accumulate through corporate salary and bonuses alone. Now, for the part most people don't talk about. Your paycheck might disappear tomorrow. I've seen talented engineers struggle to pay rent because their startup ran out of funding. The financial stress can be overwhelming, especially if you have family obligations. Forget work-life balance initially. When the company's survival depends on shipping a feature, you will work weekends. I regularly put in 70, 80-hour work weeks during the critical periods. There is no training program, no career ladder, no HR department to guide you. You are often learning from people who are figuring out it as they go. The learning curve can be brutal. Most startups fail. Even if you do everything right, market conditions, timing, or competition can kill your company. I learned this firsthand when my first peer-to-peer lending startup failed after 6 months. Save 12 months of expenses minimum. I started with $32,000 saved and a clear timeline. If nothing worked in 8 months, I'd return to corporate. This safety net allowed me to take calculated risks without panic. Identify your transferable skills. Project management, technical architecture, team leadership. These translate well, but also identify gaps. Most technical people need to learn sales and customer development. Start learning before you make the jump. Be honest about your motivations. If it's just about money, optimize for companies with clear revenue models. If it's impact, focus on solving problems you genuinely care about. Misaligned motivations lead to poor decisions under pressure. Consider joining a Series A or B startup before founding one. You'll get 70% of startup experience with 30% less risk. It's like learning to swim in a pool before jumping in an ocean. Here's what nobody tells you. Startup life will change you fundamentally. You'll discover capabilities you didn't know you had and face challenges that will test every assumption about yourself. The chaos becomes normal. You'll meet people who make you question everything about traditional business. You'll have emotional highs and lows that corporate life never prepared you for. But you also develop a different relationship with risk, decision-making, and what's truly important in your career. The question isn't whether startups are better than corporate. It's whether startup challenges align with how you want to grow professionally and personally. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments what specific concerns you have about making this transition. I read every comment and often turn them on to the future videos. Subscribe if you want more content on navigating technical leadership transitions and building sustainable high-performance careers. If you're seriously considering this jump, sometimes a single conversation can clarify whether it's right for your situation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.